Heidi ho, Heidi ho. I'm so sorry, my crafty friends. So I thought today we would use just an old envelope and we would alter it where the windows are. So it doesn't matter if your envelope has two windows or one window. It just doesn't matter because we're going to change this little configuration here to suit what we want. So you just need to cut your envelope down to about, if it's a, if you're in the U.S. and it's a business size, you need to cut it in half so that it's about 4 inches by 4 inches. If you're in the UK, I don't know what your business size envelopes are, but here in the U.S., ours need to be about 4 inches by 4 inches. So you need to do what you need to do. Sorry. Because I am not familiar with what your business size envelopes are. And then you need to make your flap here is squared or as even as you possibly can. Now I just cut the curve off of mine and I'm putting that in the trash. And then you're going to need some like washi stickers. You know, the ones that are clear, just the little clear stickers. And I have a boatload of them and I never use them. So I thought, that's what we're going to do today. So I'm also going to get my little cutting mat. And I have my box of, it's just my old box of transparency film that has like a bazillion pieces in it. And in my lifetime, I'm probably never going to get through it. But that's what we're going to use. So I've got my envelope open so that it's flat. Okay, so it's flat like that. And I'm going to take my knife. Let me get my knife here. Let me find one that doesn't have a monster-sized blade on it. Okay, and where these two pieces of window are, right here. Okay, let me make sure I'm in your view here. Where these two pieces of window are, we're going to cut them out to make them one piece. Okay, because they're going to sit in our journal like this. Oh, hold on, I'm grabbing it. Because it's going to sit in our journal like this. Okay, so if we put it on our page, it's going to sit like this. So we're going to cut it down to where it's at least a minimum of that size. Okay, and I'm probably going to make mine a little bit bigger, but it's also going to be that size. So we're going to be able to put in here whatever size, sticker that we want to fill that up. And we're going to use the print that's inside the envelope as our background. Now, if you don't like the print that's in the inside of your envelope, you can use cardstock, you can use book page, you can use whatever you want. But I do suggest that you kind of pick out the stickers or sticker that you want ahead of time. So I kind of like myself. I'm not big on the big green Monstera leaves and things. I'm more of a flower girl. So as I was playing with my flowers here, I like these. And, I had all these out. And now remember, you're only going to see, whoops, the doodles almost threw them all on the floor. Good gravy, I'd never get them all picked up. Now, your window's going to be big enough that you can put a couple of flowers in there if you want. So you could even take and put, but you know what? Let's cut it out and then I'll show you what I'm talking about. I always get ahead of myself, don't I? I always just get ahead of myself. So let's cut it out and I'll show you what I mean by being big enough. Okay, so let's get our book out of the way. All right, so you're going to need your ruler, and you want to make sure everything is flat, okay? And you're probably going to need a pencil. Okay, here's my pencil. So if you have a mat, a cutting mat, even if it's a little one, let me make sure I didn't move it. Okay, we're good. So I'm trying to keep it straight here. So I want to make this, I at least want to mark it before I start cutting, and then I can wiggle it all I want. So I'm lining up the bottom on a line, and I want mine to be about all right, stop wiggling here. I want mine to be about that far off the bottom. Okay? So that's about where I want my bottom to be, right about there. So I just have to make sure. Now let me scoot my ruler over so it's straight. And then I can move this so it's straight. Okay. Now don't cut this. Okay? We're just cutting a window. We're not altering the size. We're just cutting a window. Okay? So my window's going to come down, but it's not going to go all the way over. So I'm going to use the window that's on there, and I'm just going to bring it down. And if I don't like it, after I've drawn it, then I can erase my lines and go back to the way it was. But as I was eating my lunch, I thought, I want to be able to have something that's big enough. Now see, that one, because of the way my ruler was laying, didn't put my line where I wanted it. So I want it over here. I want it to come off over here. So let's see if we can do this again. Maybe I just need to scoot my ruler over a little bit. There, that's better. So I can cover up the top of it here. I can make myself, something across the top. Yeah, I think that might work. And I have this piece of cardstock from where we were making pockets that I can put on the inside if I choose. But see, my sticker just really doesn't go with it. But that at least gives me an idea of how big it is. Okay. I think I might just cover it with book page is what I might end up doing. Just covering the inside of it with book page. So I need to move that out of the way there so I don't drop it on the floor. Or I actually have pieces of the Reader's Digest that came out that I didn't use. Oh, here it is. Here's the book page. Here's the book block right here. And I think I might just pull out a piece of this book block here. And just use one of these because I like the color of it. And go on and, yeah, I can go on and do that. Now, what did I, oh, here it is. I was going to say, what did I do with my ruler? And I just want to kind of straighten it up a little bit. It doesn't have to be perfect. Oh, dear. But I don't want all of this whoopity-doodity on the edge here, because I want it to sit snug like that. Oh, yeah, I like that much better. Okay, so let's kind of get a little bit off of the bottom here. Now we'll put that back there. And I'm just going to use glue stick to hold that down. Yeah, that'll work. That will work. Now, I'm not cutting through the whole thing. I'm not going to cut through the whole thing. It's only going to be on one side. So let's go on and get this down so the glue is drying. I'm finding on these old pages that it takes a little bit for this glue to dry. So I want to go on and get this down so that the glue can dry. And then while the glue's drying on this, I can go on and cut out my window. Now, it doesn't have to go all the way down, but it does need to be where I want it to be. Okay, now I'll trim this off. And if I decide to cover the back of it with a book page, I can just get another book page. That's not a problem. Okay, I'm just going to leave that hang off there for now. Okay, so now I at least know what the inside's going to look like. Okay, I have an idea of what I'm working with. All right, so now let's go on and cut this out. Okay, here. Now, I'm just going to use my knife. Now, if you're not comfortable using a knife, use your scissors. You know, just use your scissors. It's not that big of a deal, and there aren't that many cuts. Just use your scissors, but just make sure you have your line drawn before you do it, you know, so you don't end up with surprises. You all know how I've ended up with surprises before. Okay. And if I don't like this one, I'll just get out another one. It's just not that big a deal. It's just junk mail that would have ended up in the trash, so might as well do something with it. And when I was cleaning up last week, you know, after I showed you guys my space, I had to get into the closet and clean up. There, that's better. Now, I want to take out this space also. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to continue those lines straight up like that. Okay? Because I want that to come out. And I'm going to do the same thing over here, but I need this line to be straight. I need this one to be straight because I kind of went off a little crooked there. Okay. Here we go. Okay, so now that's out. So now I have this nice great big hole. And now that's what I can fill. Okay, so now let's go on and put that cover on there and get rid of that knife. Now, I don't need this. What I do need is this. I need my transparency. Now, you don't have transparency film, don't worry about it. You can use, and I got out to show you, you can use one of those little sticker bags, you know, you get stickers in or paper, you know, things like that from Amazon or wherever you order your supplies from. You can use that if you choose, if you have any. I think that might be the only bag I have left. So, you're going to line it up here. Now, the one thing you need to make sure is see where your fold is. You don't want it to go into the fold. You kind of want to follow where it was originally on both sides. Okay, because this, if you put this back, that's part, after I get this trimmed here. See, this paper is going to get trimmed. Let me trim it and I'll show you. It's going to get trimmed, and I'm just going to use the words. Here's my guide. The edge of this is your flip. Okay? So you need to follow on the inside about where it was laying before. Okay? You need to follow that as your guide when you put down your new piece. Uh-oh. There it is. I lost it. Okay. Now, my piece is too big, so I'm going to have to trim it. Now, across the top, trimming it is not that big a deal. Over here, trimming it. Okay, I'm going to fold this back so I don't make the mistake of gluing on top of it. Okay, now, I don't mind going down a little bit further. Okay, here. Now, I'm going to run my glue. Now, if you can get the old piece off, I would suggest you do so. Oh, there we go. I would suggest you get off as much as you can because that will help your new piece stick. Now, if you can't get it off, then, and I might have to do this, I might have to use double stick tape. I think I'm going to. Use double stick tape. I'm going to use double stick tape on mine. Now, why am I using double stick tape? Well, and I'm going to start over here because I can't get this all the way off. And I know my glue isn't going to hold that down very well. My glue is not cooperating today. So I'm just going to put down some double stick tape. Okay. And I'm going to put some over here. And if I have to trim it, I can trim it. I'm not worried about that. I do have to trim it in there. And I need to bring it down. And this is just Scotch double stick tape. It's nothing, nothing fancy. It's just what I have on hand. And I'm going to take it across the bottom. My other is, who knows where the other is. I have a big roll of the other stuff someplace. I think it's hanging on my cart somewhere. Okay. And I'm going to put, and I'm going to put this piece across here. Okay, now, as you can see, I've got to trim that off the bottom. Now, I'm going to take this, and I'm going to line it up where I need it to be. Now, make sure, I will tell you this, make sure you have it where you want it before you press it down with double stick tape, no matter what type of tape you're using. Make sure you have it where you want it, because once it touches that tape, you are done. Okay, there we go. I will admit, double stick tape is much cleaner. Now, I can fold that back, and I can trim this. It is much cleaner. But boy, oh boy, is it a little stinker to work with. Now, be careful when you're trimming it that you don't, do like I just did. Yep, I did. I nicked it, but that's all right. We'll take care of it. I'm not gonna stop. I'll take care of it. Now I'm gonna trim my tape off. Okay, now I have to trim the top right across here. Now, I want to make sure that I go all the way across. There we go. Now, I need to get this piece right here. Okay. Put my tape away. Now, the piece that I nicked right there, I'm not going to worry about that because when I decorate the outside, darn. When I decorate the outside, I can put, doing so well until I put it in a blob of glue. When I decorate the outside of it, I can, oh, for goodness sakes, Lori. Let's get that off of there. I can, isn't that horrible when you lose your train of thought because something like that happens? I can put my paper around it as I decorate the outside of it. Okay, let's clean that off. Good gracious. Now, clean off what you need to clean off. That's better. Now, let's get this wiped down so that doesn't happen again. Good gravy. Okay. Let's get everything else off here we don't need. All right, I think it's time for a new cereal bag. This one is quite dirty and sticky. All right, so let's decide what we want to put in ours. Okay, so now remember, this is going to go around. Okay, it's going to go like that. So we have that whole big space we can decorate. Okay, so we can open this up. Now, I have little fairies. I have butterflies. You know, I have all kinds. I have these little fancy butterflies. I have all these flowers. I have these little fairies here. You know, stuff like this I don't ever get to use. So, let's see what all we can do here. I don't think I want lilies, but maybe we can create a garden. Let's see about creating a garden. Maybe those. Now, your stickers don't have to be transparent, you know, since we didn't cut all the way through. And maybe some little pink ones. Maybe we'll put some pink ones up there. What's that? I don't think I want that one. Those are roses. I don't think I want roses. Yeah, so maybe we'll just create a garden. Oh, maybe some hellebores. They're pretty. Hellebores are really pretty in the spring. I mean, in the summer. Now, where did that fern go? Oh, I love ferns. Maybe put some ferns back there. Yeah, the hard part is going to be after we do all this is to take all the stickies off, huh? Okay, we're going to have something going out that way. Well, I won't make you patiently wait for me to do it. I'll pause while I do it. Put a little bit of fern here behind that one. What we got here? Okay, we got another little purple one. Maybe put this little purple one over here. Let's raise our pink up. Like that. I don't know, maybe the hellebore's maybe not going to do it for me. I was looking to see if maybe I had some tulips that we could... Oh, here's some. Here's some little pink tulips. They would go with those. All right, let's take that off. See if we can't get all spring flowers in there. Come on. Let's see if we have any more pink tulips. Okay, these are roses. Roses aren't spring around here. Matter of fact, it's snowing to beat the band right now. Okay, well, you kind of get the idea of where I'm headed with this. What we got here? Oh, we got some rosemary. I don't know if I want rosemary. Rosemary's a summer plant. But these would be fun to create just with, you know, just with your scraps. And I'm thinking I want maybe, now let's see as we close this. All right, so we can move some things around here so we can see it better. All right, let's see here so we can see them better. Let's see. Here, maybe we'll put this fern back here so we can see it. Put that one there. And this one over there. Okay. Now let's see if we have another pink one. There's some little pansies. Let's see about pansies. Now, if you don't have stickers, you know the little flower books that I like to use, you could always cut pictures out of flower books. Or if you have one flower, like you could take a picture like this from a flower book and put it in there like that. You could just do something that simple, and then you could take a little fairy. Come here, you. You could take a little fairy if you wanted and decorate the front like that. It could be that simple if you wanted. Or you could put these guys in there with her. You know, something like that. And if you don't like the size, you know, if your picture's not fitting, trim it off. You don't have to keep it that size. You can trim it. It's totally up to you, however you want to do it. I do kind of like that little fairy on the front, so I think we're going to keep her on the front. And we're going to put her up there on the front. And now that I see that little purple picture in there, we just might put that in there. Okay, so I'm not going to make you all wait for me to do that. I do like that. Now, what are we going to decorate this with, though? Or do we like the yellow in the purple? Or what about this one? But see, then I can't see the book page, can I? All right, so let's go back to these because I wanted to see the book page. Or I could just put one or two. Okay, so maybe two of these. Let's see how easy these are going to be to come off. You never know sometimes. You never know. Like this one. This one's coming off. I can see it. I can get a hold of it right there. Okay. Right here's this one. And I want it right there. And I want his little friend right here next to him. Like that. I think I want him like that. Yep. Okay. And then I want that little fairy on the front. Okay. All right, so let me get this off and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got the inside, my flowers on the inside. So now we just need to cover the outside. So on the outside, I think I still want to go with book page on the outside. But I don't want to go with the words because I have words on the inside. I think I just want to go with plain like this. Maybe coffee dyed paper, you know, something simple like that on the outside. Just something simple around the outside. But I can take and put this like this. All right, let me get a clean piece of my cereal bag here. And I can ink this up a little bit. So let's ink this up here a little bit. And let's get some of that green that we used. Remember we used a little bit of that green. We used a little bit of peeled paint. And I think I'm going to use a little bit of tea dye. And we're just going to hit those with just a little bit of color before we put them on. Just a little bit. All right, so let's take the tea dye. And we're going to treat this just like we did the center of our spine. We're just going to add a little bit of color to it. Now this is just tea dye. It's not much darker than the paper. I mean, it's just a little bit, but not a whole lot. Okay, and I'm going to do the same thing over here. I just want a little bit more color to it. Just like that. Just like that. That's all. That's the only color of more of the browns that I want on it. So I'm going to sit that right back in here. Now, I have my smaller brush that I got out. I just have to get, oh, here's the green right here. For the greens. And I'm just going to kind of touch it a little bit here and there. Just to get a little dab of the green. Just a little bit. Okay. Just to give me just a little bit on it. Because there's a little bit of green in there. Now, I don't want the purple because my purple ink doesn't really look purple. It kind of has a blue look to it. And I don't want blue. I want this to have green. Okay, so it has a little bit of green to it now. So we're going to stick that back up there. And we're going to put this ink away. We're going to put it back in the box. Where it goes. And then we're going to get out. Remember that little butterfly? Let me get hold of it here. You know what? I have a little butterfly stamp. I have a little butterfly stamp. You know what? Maybe we'll use our ladybug. Let's use our ladybug. We're going to use our ladybug. And I think what we're going to use, and we're not going to use a lot of it. There you are, you little devil. I wondered where you went. We're just going to, you know what? I think I'm going to put it on here first and see where it needs to go. Okay, so we're going to take this. Okay, now we still need to cover the back, and we will. But I want to take this, and I want to put this here because we still need to do the top. We need to cover our top piece. Okay, so I want to take this down. And I need to be able to cover that, but I need to cut off where I need to go. And I'm going to wrap it around the back. So as I glue it, I'm going to put the glue on the paper. Okay. I'm going to put the glue on the paper. Sorry, they're hearing the wind blow and the wind is knocking stuff around outside. Okay. Okay, right there. And then I'm going to wrap this around here. I'm a little bit too long, so I'll trim that off. Right there. Now, before I go any further, I need to glue my bottom shut. So I'm going to go on and put my glue across the bottom. There we go. Right there. And I can trim that because that needs trimmed. So let's trim this before we put our paper on it. Right there. Okay. Oh, gracious. I did it again, you guys. There we go. Let's get the glue off of it. Now, we're going to do the same at the bottom. We're going to take our piece across the bottom. We're going to decide where we want it. We're going to come across and we're going to wrap it around the back. Now, I can't make it as long as this, so I have to stop it before I get to that. So I'm going to bring it up to here. And I'm going to bring it up to here like this. Oops, and that is not a straight cut. Good heavens. Right there. Okay. Okay, I don't want that. Oh, you know what? I need to glue the top too. So while we're here, let's go on and give a little squirt of glue across the top. Just a little. And let's put this back together. Yeah, let's let this dry. All right, so let's go on and put our glue across this. Okay. I'm going to do the same thing across the bottom. But I'm going to bring it up just a little bit. Okay. Now, I want to make sure I'm not interrupting that over here. There we go. And I want to wrap it around the back. And it's okay that it's not the same because the back is going to be covered in something different. Now, over here, this isn't going to be a pocket. It's going to get glued close, so I'm not worried about this. All right, so I need to put some more glue here. Yeah, this isn't going to be a pocket here, so don't worry about this side. Okay. But you know what? I'm not going to glue that, I don't think. There we go. Now, across the top, I'm going to do the same. I'm going to put this here, and I'm going to go across the top. Except I'm going to take that off of there. Okay, now I want to give this a little bit of a border across the top. Now across here, I think I'm going to use a little bit of washi tape. And I might do a little bit of washi tape coming down this side too, to take care of my edge. Now, I need to trim this. Okay. But I'm going to do the washi tape after I come down this edge. Now, that piece is too short. Now, where's the other piece I did? Where's the other piece I did? Here it is. I'm going to bring this piece down, but it's too wide. Unless you want to wrap it around and cover your whole flip area and cover this whole thing, you're going to have to trim that. And I don't want to cover that piece with this. I want to cover it with something else. Okay. So I am just going to put my glue right here. And I want it to go this way because I want the green. And I want it to go like this. Okay. Now, all right, get up there. All right, so I'm going to trim this. I'm going to try and be really careful so I don't do it again. Okay, so now I have it framed. And I'm going to put a little ladybug down here. There she goes. Oh yeah, I forgot. That does not match that. I forgot about that. But that's okay. That's okay. I don't mind how she crawls. Okay. And I want another one that goes up the side. Ladybugs are always in threes. Okay. Now, I want to put this little lady. I've got her, uh-oh. I had her started and then I lost my place. Oh dear. I had her started and had her marked. There it is. Good heavens. Good heavens. Okay. I want my little fairy over here. Now that I have the ladybugs on there, I don't think I like them. Okay. Now, I'm going to squish this down really well. There. Now, I think I need some more glue up here. Okay. There we go. So there's the front of it. Now on the back, to cover this whole back part, I'm going to do something else. I'm going to cover it with something else. It's either going to be in a whole book page or it's going to be cardstock. I think I'm going to just do cardstock and then decorate the cardstock. So let's see how much time we have here. Okay, we have 45 minutes, so let me pause you while I get everything. Okay, so I cut a piece of cardstock to fit the back of our envelope. See, there's our envelope, and I just cut a piece of cardstock to fit the back of it. So we are going to put this back here. Okay. Now remember, this isn't a pocket. It's just a cute little flip. And then underneath it, we can put, you know, anything that we choose. Now I did also, let's wipe this up here. Make sure we got everything cleaned up here. Okay, so there's the front. I did cover the flip part with just a piece of coffee dyed paper, and I might stamp on it later, but I didn't cover the underside. Now, out of that same cardstock, I cut a little pocket to put there, right there, And then off of the top piece, oh, I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. This is that little strip that comes off the top. I'm just going to add a little tuck piece down here, just a little one. Just like that, I think. Just like that, or I might even put it around, a little piece of it around front. But I know I do want to, where did it go? I just had it in my hand. All right, let's go on and get this glued on. Now, before we put this down, because I know I want that to go down, this I want to put right there. And the reason I chose this was because there's purple in the flowers in the front, and I want to keep that purple around back. Let's put that down there. So I want to put this right here. Just like that. And then I want this pocket to go over the stem. Like that. Oops. Wiggledy-jiggledy. Just like that. Now in here, coming up on this side, make sure you can see, coming up on this side, I want another small one that will come out over here. Okay, I don't need that. Something like this. Except I can cut it so that it's smaller. And then when this is down, or I can even just put it under here even. How do I want to do this? Don't be afraid to alter your stickers. You can alter them easily. You can alter them. I saw something little, and I've lost it. Where's that little? Didn't we just have a little tulip someplace, you guys? I know we did. I know we did. Because you can cut pieces off of them. That's what I was looking for. So I'm thinking I want to cut a piece of this. Just a piece of it off. And maybe put it like that. But it's going to have to go inside there. Well, that's not going to work the way I wanted it to then, is it? So if I bring that down even further, we could mount that to something and then have it stand up, though, couldn't we? We could do that. We could mount that on here. I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that now. Because I was thinking I wanted something here with this in front of it. Of course, I could always make it like that. Do you kind of see where I'm going? I wanted it to look like it was here, but if I attach it up to this pocket here, if I attach it here, then it's going to get in the way of putting anything into the pocket. Okay, well, maybe instead I will attach it over here, and we'll attach some of this here, except we'll turn it this way. And we'll attach some of it in here. Maybe that's what we'll do, except we'll stick it up maybe underneath here like that. Make it look like it's peeking out. I think that might be what I'll do. Okay, so let's go on and put a little bit of glue down the side here. And I'm going to attach that there. And then we're going to be able to go on and, uh-oh, I've lost the flower. We're going to be able to attach this in our book. Now this piece here, you know, I can see them when they're up close to me, but it's when they're far away that I can't see them. Like, you know, up real close for you guys, that I have a hard time seeing them. Okay. Okay. So, I think what I'm going to do is pick you up and stick it down here, and then we'll just let it peek out there. Like that. And then we'll trim off this edge. And we will trim off this edge. And I think we need to, and then that might even be a little tuck right there. Okay, so let's attach this in our book. And now we have a little pocket here, we have a little tiny tuck there, and we have that little cutie pie up there. So we've just kind of gone hog wild and pig crazy today. All right, so let's find a place in our book for this. Let's see, we don't have anything in number 2 yet. So I'm thinking, will this page hold it? No. But this page will. So I'm thinking this page is where we're going to put it. Yep, we're going to put it right there. So I'm going to go on and put some glue right up here. Okay, and I'm going to bring that over. Now, if later on I decide I don't like the way that you know, this little flip right here looks, if I don't like that, I can cover it up. You know, if I decide I don't like that, I can cover it up. There. Okay. Well, I want to thank you guys for joining me today on my little roundabout adventure and decorating this little journal. It's been fun. I've had a really good time, and I like just playing with supplies and, you know, seeing what all we do, and this is what we've created today. And then it flips out like that, gives us a little pocket right there for, you know, who knows what to go into. You never know what we're going to find to put in there. And now I can't find the envelope to put those in. There we go. They go in here. And, you know, just making a mess on the desk again. Because, you know, that's fun. That's just fun to do. So you never know what wall we're going to get into. So now it's time to clean up our mess. And thank everybody and all the new subscribers that we have. And, everyone that leaves me such wonderful, kind comments. I'm so happy that you're enjoying yourself and that you're finding something fun to look at. And I do want to remind you that under the playlist Garden Journal, I have added some older videos to help you in case you're not comfortable with taking a book block out of a book. They are videos to show you how to create your own book cover out of a box, and then I will also add one that shows you how to remove a book block. So because I didn't show you how to do one on this. Even though I know you've seen me do it several times, there are a lot of new subscribers. And for those that are new, brand new to the junk journaling world, I want to make sure that everybody's comfortable with it. But as always, you can always ask questions. You can always share the videos. You can always, you know, like them. You can always send me questions. So don't ever feel that you can't. The email for the page is attached under the bio, so feel free to always send me a question if you have a question, or you can post it under the questions if you'd like. But, you know, always feel free to share them with your friends. That's always a fun way to have your friends join you around the craft table and create something fun. So I just wanted to say, until I see you again in our next video when we're creating a mess around the craft table, ta-ta for now.